Want to get started with ML and AI, but you're not sure where to start? Well, I started with something fun, and I think you should too. I started with the You Only Look Once version 8 computer vision framework. It's very well documented, as with a lot of these open source projects, and you can start off in Python, which makes it a very good, I'll say beginner project, air quotes, but because all this stuff, it's very nascent, so I wouldn't say if you're new to computing, you should get started and not expect any issues. You will encounter them. Just know that it's early days, but it does work. It's really cool, and what I'm going to be showing you guys an example of is the YOLOv8 feature set wrapped inside of the Dora RS real-time robotics framework. This video is not about that, but essentially what I'm using Dora RS for is to be the center quarterback to coordinate all the multimodal activities I want the robot to eventually be doing. And at the same time as it's doing like real life capture, all that stuff. I want it to be like a real organism, right? I don't want you to just do vision. I need you to do vision and also listen for keywords. And in the background, you need to be thinking about a problem I asked you about a few seconds ago. So there needs to be a very close knit between the software and the hardware to make everything kind of sing in that very low latency, low response time type of environment that a real time operating system demands. Now, you don't need to run it in real time like I'm doing. You could this stuff on your MacBook and it'll be fine. All your fans will cut on and whatnot. You'll have latency like no other. It won't be super fast. It'll be glitchy, but you will be able to get hands-on experience with the framework and the library. But just know that as you start adding stuff to your system, like for example, like I was saying, the speech to text and stuff like that, um, and running it at the same time, that's where all the system design comes in. So let's jump down to my terminal with that said and see what we got going on here. Now I think I have my config here. I took out the vendor names because of what I do for a living. I didn't want to put one vendor over another in the video. So if you want to know the vendor that I went along with and who my favorites are uh, and why, you can message me and I'll reply back with that info. So starting out, 24 water cooled cores of goodness. GPU, important to start off with 10,000 cores. I felt like 10,000 CUDA cores to be specific, because the more the better, to be frank. And when you're looking for like at this, I was building a game rig. I wouldn't even look at CUDA cores, right? You look at frames per second and all that other stuff. But if you're trying to use this for a business need, CUDA cores is what you need right now, until frameworks start to coalesce around AMD more, which it should be fairly soon, because you shouldn't have to be reliant on CUDA cores going forward. But for right now, that's what we have. And I have the newest CUDA version, and I'm running 32 gigabytes of memory at the time, and I overclocked it to 6,000 megahertz, which is all within factory spec. And I have 10 terabytes of NVMe storage, that's Gen 4, and 8 terabytes of SAS SSD, and an 800 watts power supply. So enough of that. Let's go into my Dora directory. All right, Dora start. All right, and this should start a webcam, and I should be able to come down here. And boom, there we go. So one of the great things about this, so when I ran this the first time, I ran this on my other system, and it wasn't a smooth experience as I said. I'm running it on this system that I custom built for this purpose, doing multiple tasks at the same time that would basically turn all the fans on in the other system. This system is tuned in such a way where I'm barely using any CPU utilization. So I'm doing a live screen capture and I'm recording a 4K video at the same time on the same card. And I can show you what my system utilization is right there. So it's extraordinarily low. And I should. So if we look here, my system utilization is around like 4 or 5% on average, which is absurd. But hey, this build, it paid off because that's what I needed it for. So now I know I have a lot of headroom. I have plenty of headroom left if I wanted to add more, just more anything to this system. My GPU fan hasn't even cut on, and I'm still sitting around 2% for my CPU. So I still have like more than 95% of my system I can use to train, collect data, all that stuff. I could leave the system on all night, put a microphone outside, and have it monitor, what kind of stuff goes on outside, and have it hook up to a camera outside so that I can identify, a deer with a particular noise that it heard. Just really do some training with this thing, and I'm pretty excited about it because I've not had the hardware before to do something, and that the industry was also doing at the same time. So this is really exciting, and the fact that I'm able to like build something at the same time as like the founders are building something with this technology is really cool. So enough said about that. This is the YOLO V8 framework, and yeah, I highly recommend it for you guys to test it out, get started, and that's it. See you guys next time.